Welcome to another installment of Pop Cult, or the first installment, whenever we put this up. We have a lovely guest, one of my favorite artists, and my amazing teacher, Mad Gallica. Hello.
I will act like the applause.
Yes, the applause.
Yay. Hello. So happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I do have some questions written down, so we'll start from the beginning. What are your musical beginnings?
Well, gosh, that's a very broad journey.
Loaded question.
There's so much to say. Oh my gosh. So my musical beginnings, I mean, should I start when I was a kid? Because that's technically when it started. Yeah. So I grew up in a very musical family. Very grateful for that. My mom plays guitar, banjo. She sings, writes music. She writes a lot of children's music because she used to go around traveling to like libraries and children's schools, like teaching kids about different animals. And so we'd bring like our station wagon. We'd all pack my whole family, like frogs and turtles and all different kind of like snakes. And we'd go around and she would have all these songs about the animals. And so I grew up singing about turtles and frogs with my parents. And my dad is also a musician. He plays upright bass. He plays the mandolin. He is incredible harp player, Southern harp, like a harmonica, blues harmonica, and we all just sing. And so part of my vocal beginnings, at least, is singing with my family and like learning to harmonize with everyone. My grandfather is a musician as well. And so that was like the start of it. And then we lived on a boat for a, first good portion of my childhood. And so I wasn't able to play piano or really like even guitar or anything. So when the boat sunk, and we had like, okay, now we're transitioning to land. We lived in this little shotgun shack, that's what they call it, because you can open the front door and then there's a straight shot to the back door. So it's called a shotgun shack or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they said, you can learn any instrument you want, but we really want you to pick one that's going to be your primary focus. And whatever instrument you pick, you must see it through until you graduate high school. And so I think because I lived on a boat, I was like, well, you can't have a piano on a boat. And now we're in this amazing house and I can have a piano. So I chose the piano. And we had this really rinky-dink piano donated to us from a friend. And all of the keys that were like, they were ivory. It was a very old piano when like ivory was used, were chipped with a hammer. Like a little kid had chipped it away. So jagged edge keys. I mean, it was just this little beat up piano, but I loved it. I loved it so much. And I didn't want to learn like classical music per se. I just wanted to write. I just wanted to like bang out things on the piano. But of course I had to learn classical. And the first like maybe 6 years, I just did not like it. I was like, I don't want to practice. I just want to play songs that I'm writing. So it wasn't until I heard the song Clair de Lune by Claude Debussy where I was like, oh my God, I want to learn that piece. And I think I was 11 at the time, and it was way above my level of playing. And so I brought it to my piano teacher, very nervous, and I said, can I please learn this? And she's like, well, it is way above your level, but we're going to learn it 2 measures at a time, or even just 1 measure at a time. It took me like over a year to learn that piece, but in over a year, I was playing it and performing it and at recitals. And at that point, I was hooked. I was like, I'm a musician. I want to do this. I'm in love. And so went to college for piano performance and film, because at that time I didn't really consider myself a vocalist. I considered myself a pianist who like kind of sings a little bit, I guess. So
kind of
sings, yeah. And then I just started to write and write and write. And that college that I went to was very anti-creativity, as it turned out. They were like, you're wasting your time writing music, you need to practice Beethoven. You should, focus on like maybe you'll play at a church someday. You're like, wow, great, that's my lifelong dream.
Fantastic. I mean, you kind of did in a way with a
I did.
Christian band.
Exactly, I did. Hilarious. I love that.
Different church.
In
Yeah.
church. Yes.
Anyway.
Well said. Um, and so when I left this school, I left like halfway through. I was like, this is not right for me. So I started really developing my voice. It's like if I want to be an artist, I need to be a better singer. I need to work on my voice. So I studied with this incredible coach, Marina Durat-Maroff, more classically trained style. Then I ended up moving out to Los Angeles and studying contemporary, writing all along the way, really developing my craft. And yeah, then the rest is history. That's really, sorry, that was a very long answer. There's a
No, it's
lot
fine.
to
No,
say.
I mean, it's interesting.
Oh,
I wanted to ask, like, because in a way, it was good then that you didn't like it to like practice and stuff, because then you kind of found out like later on that you wanted to develop your voice and you wanted to do something with that. So in a way, it was good. Just stay positive about it. Just stay
exactly.
positive.
And I will say that some of those classical pieces I learned were my best teachers. I mean, I incorporate so much inspiration from, Rachmaninoff, Beethoven, Chopin in my own original music. So it's all
Wow.
worked out great. No
It
complaint.
worked out great. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that happened very. It went really well.
it has. I'm really grateful. I'm excited to see where it all continues to go.
Yes.
I remember seeing you on YouTube with like a lot of colors in the hair.
Yeah.
And that was a long time ago. I was like, "Are you for real? That's her." And I'm not joking. I'm not messing with you. I'm like, "That's her." Like, I'm not even surprised. I was like surprised, but not like bad. It wasn't badly surprised. I was like, "Oh yeah, well." Because that on YouTube already, I love that.
Oh, that
So
was like, I think pandemic live streams you're talking about, like 2020?
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Oh, it's yeah. So you've been,
yeah, maybe a little later that I saw it. Maybe I didn't see it
yeah.
like immediately, but when I saw it, and I later on found out that you were on the road, I was like, oh, wow, that is great. I was so happy to see that that has happened. So I was like,
Thank you.
yes. So yeah,
Thank
needed
you.
to say that. So
Oh,
go ahead, Alice.
now my hair is boring now. I do miss having all those crazy colors, but that's what wigs are for. So
Yes.
Yeah, I love the
I
wigs.
thank
was
you.
going to ask about uh another one of my teachers, Sophie. I know you guys have known each other for a very, very long time. So, and you kind of touched on it at the New York show, how you guys met. Do you mind telling that story again for those who weren't there?
Yes, yes. So I met Sophie at that college I was telling you all about, the first one where I was a piano major. And I remember we had like a bunch of crossover classes, and she was like this beautiful, beautiful girl with like the just craziest, longest, wildest, most beautiful red hair. And I remember always seeing her biking around. I was like, hey, I know that girl. Like she's in a lot of my classes. And then yeah, I was in a practice room, and I think she was like, she kind of came in like, oh, is like this taken? And I was like, no, come on in. And so we ended up just like connecting. It's like, hey, we're in a bunch of classes. And I started playing her some of my, I think it was like, I played some of my original music for her. And I remember being so nervous because my voice was totally untrained and raw and just all over the place. But I was like, this is the song. And she was so sweet and supportive. And she was a vocal major. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like she's been training. She knows what she's doing. And I don't. But yeah, became fast friends. Like we also took a class together, piano, like four-handed piano. So, but we were always just laughing the whole time. We were supposed to be practicing together during the class, and we would just laugh and
Oh boy. Oh boy.
practice
Yeah.
like 5 minutes out of the whole hour we were supposed to be working together. So, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, she's definitely one of my longtime besties.
That's really
I
cool.
loved how you guys told the story at the New York show too. It was so camp and I loved it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was fun to kind of recreate that moment, but add that theatrical flair. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
Yeah.
can I ask a question, Alice? Or
Yeah, ask away, whatever you want.
yeah, I was thinking about, because you just told us the story so far, and then like, what was the first gig that you ever played? Like that was yours.
Oh,
Like I'm not talking about Matt Gallica at this point, but like the first thing that you like. Okay, I can do something. I want to play there. Something like that.
yeah. Oh gosh, I do remember it. It was an open mic and I was terrified. I
Yeah.
was terrified. I practiced and practiced and practiced. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do an open mic. I'm just gonna do it. And at the time, no one in my family or friends were available to come with me. And so I just like went by myself with my big old piano. I rolled it in. I don't even think I'd really seen open mics before. I just like, okay, this is what it is. I was the last person to go. And it was, to this day, one of my favorite memories in music,
Yeah.
because it was like everything in the universe was rewarding me for trying, like for doing this. It was electrifying. I went up and I started playing and everyone was talking, as normal I do. And then when I started to sing, everyone stopped talking and started to walk up to the stage. I sang 3 songs and some people were crying, and they gave me an encore. They wanted, and I was the only one that went on that night, and they were like, "We want another song." And I was so blown away because I did not expect that at all. Um, it was such an incredible, like I was just on top of the world. And when I walked down, people came up to me and like there was this one girl that was just crying, like, what was that song? It was so touching. And I was like, this is what I am meant to do. This is
Yeah.
my calling. And to have that at the first like performance I did with my own music was such an incredible gift that it happened that way. And then I told the guy who was running sound, he was like, "Where did you come from?" And I was like, "I don't know. I just decided to come." And he said, "Come to the next one next week." And so I did. And he invited a booking agent to come. And
Oh.
literally my second performance I did there, this guy came and then he booked me as an opener for a show coming in. And then I started to really get going. But my
Wow.
first like regular gig I had was at this place called Costello's Piano Bar, which unfortunately shut down during the pandemic. But it was a gay bar and they had this beautiful piano. It used to be a morgue, so it was very like on brand.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. They turned this beautiful bar, definitely haunted, but it was really cool. And so I would go there and play for 2 hours for $40. And I
Yeah.
did that almost like maybe every week, every other week. And it was like this sacred, precious gig. It was my first gig I ever had where I was paid. And I took it so seriously. And yeah, it was those are the first few experiences, I would say.
Wow. I mean, obviously, you never like, you don't have to show that or anything, but it's just like, do you have like any videos or something about that? Was there somebody that actually came to record that, because that was like big, right? Like a milestone for you personally.
It was, yeah. There, actually, there is a video because I think it was like maybe a couple weeks later, I got on the same bill as another band at the exact same place. It was called the Soapbox in Wilmington, um, where they were having a lineup of artists, and that's where they did the open mic too. But and there was this group that came out and they did a whole story on everyone, and I think they do have some videos of me. I can send that to you.
That's
Um,
cool.
so that would have been just like a few weeks later. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah. Early days, early
It's
days.
like, yeah, but if you look back to it, it's like really surreal, I think, right?
Really
How
surreal.
far you've come with your development as an artist in general too. Looking back at old stuff of yours, I feel like, oh my gosh, who is that?
Yeah, it's wild. The artist journey is like, well, journey of being a human in general, it's not just
Yeah.
art, but it's just full of such twists and turns, and it could be so discouraging at
Yeah.
times, in this industry. And
Hmm.
I've always been told that the people who keep going are the last ones left standing, and those are the ones that really can develop a career. And that's the thing. I've just always just kept going with all of the setbacks I've had personally and career-wise.
Hmm.
You just keep going because I can't imagine a life without music. When it
Yeah.
finds you,
Yeah,
and it's like you don't have a choice, and it's awesome. I you know,
yeah,
Yeah.
you just gotta keep going.
that's awesome. It's really cool to hear the story,
Thank you.
like the person behind, well, still in the music, obviously, but like the person
Yeah.
behind the music, because that is forgotten a lot of times. You're
Yeah,
a human of flesh and blood, and you had like your own journey.
yeah,
Mhm.
And yeah, that's really important as well. I mean, a journey is very, it kind of forms you in a way. So
definitely.
like I'm not sure if I'm using the right word in this, but like kind of it's molding you in some sort of way. So
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Thank you. It's
Mm.
cool, like, when I started out, I was Dylan, Dilly Lou from North Carolina, just doing my thing. Through being molded, as you say, I
Yeah,
turned into Mad Gallica. It's like that was a whole journey in itself, that transition of becoming Mad Gallica, was its own
yeah,
thing.
I can imagine that must be wild. That must be
Yeah.
real, really
My
wild.
husband always says, like, I don't know who that is on stage. It's amazing, and I love both of you. Different person. Like, when I
Yeah,
get on stage and I Mad Gallica, something overtakes me that I can't explain, and, like, yeah, it's gives me chills thinking about.
I think that's a true artist thing that's happening while they're on stage. It's a totally different person they're becoming, right? Like totally different person. And
Yeah.
then when it's
I
done, it's like,
agree. Yeah. Especially experiencing it myself 2 times, like, you're not Dylan. You're somebody else. I don't know who that woman is, but I love her.
It's true. I don't know either. It's like it's so funny. The way that I can best describe it, is okay. So when I'm in like band rehearsals and there's a break where like, okay, like I like to plan when I'm going to talk and kind of an idea of what message I want to say because I think it's really important.
yeah,
Um,
Mhm.
but of course, leave room for all the spontaneity that's needed. When I am in rehearsals and we're running through the set with the band, I am dumbfounded on what to say. I'm just like, I know it's like, okay, so like, I think I'm gonna say something like this, and then I'm gonna say something like this, and I'm like stumbling on my words. I'm a hot mess because I'm not Matt Gallic. I'm still Dylan practicing.
yeah,
And then I'm
Yeah.
like, I tell the guys, like, I promise it's gonna be better on stage. I promise. And they're like, okay, okay. Cause it's like, once I get on stage, I know exactly what to say. It is so second nature. And that's the power of the audience because that's the connection that we experience together. And the energy is so palpable in a room. And that's what I'm trying to do with these shows too. It's like really not just create a like, oh, I'm playing music for people. Like, no, we are in this experience together. You are in this world that we're building together and you can really feel it at the shows. You can really feel
mhm,
Yeah.
everyone just lit up, and there's this like connection that's happening. And yeah, it's really, really special. But I think that amplifies my role as Mad Gallica even more is the audience. And I know what to say because I know that the people I can feel kind of in the audience who needs to hear what.
Mhm.
yeah,
And it comes out that way, I guess.
yeah. But I mean, I've heard Alice about going to your shows. Um, I mean, obviously, I didn't see it because, yeah, you're not here yet. So
Not
hope to
yet.
see you. But yeah, she already told me like this is like great, and it's amazing to see like your stage work and your the stage performance and stuff. So I'm like, I totally get it why it's such a difference between Dylan and Matt Gallica at this point. Yeah, I totally see that.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It's an emotional experience, but in a good way.
It's been a long time coming, I think, that
It-
show you
it-
saw specifically, the little
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
and it was really cool
I
because
was like,
I
"I
was
need to be there. I need to be there.
you needed to
Come
be
hell or
there.
high water, I'm gonna be there."
Yay. Thank you for making the journey. Yeah, I know that was a long drive.
Yeah. Yeah,
It,
7
it
hours.
was, yeah. I remember that for you, right, Alice?
Yeah. My back
I
and
was
hips
there.
were hurting at that point.
Your back and your hips are hurting
They
from the
were
yeah.
Well,
from the car ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
aw.
Oh, I remember
It's worth it.
the whole thing before Enter the Vortex, because that is one when I saw it all come together, and I saw like your messages and people are crowdfunding, stuff like that. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I really hope it works. I hope it works. And then I saw these amazing drawings appear all of a sudden, like for the costumes.
Mhm.
So I was like, it's getting there. It's getting there.
Yes.
So, but that must be like nerve wracking to see if this will happen, if this will work, right? Like
Oh,
doing the crowdfunding and stuff.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I held off for a while because I was so scared I was gonna fail. And then I
Mhm.
got to the point and, that was just like, "What? I don't have anything to lose. I've just gotta try because this isn't gonna get out in any other way."
Yeah,
To record that level that we did, to bring in a symphony, very expensive, and I'm an independent
Yeah.
artist, I don't have label backing.
hmm
So my fans and collaborators, everything are my team, in that way, and
yeah,
helping it come to life, and I think we raised all the money in, like, a week, which
yeah. It
blew
went
my
so
mind,
That's
fast.
incredible.
blew my mind. So I'm actually gonna probably do another Kickstarter for my next album. But yeah, it was such an incredible experience because it's like a community effort at that time, and everyone kind of gets to be part of the creation process in that way, from helping it come to life, which is really cool.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's really cool. The support that you're getting is like major.
Oh, I can't believe it. I am so grateful for all of it.
And that coming from the girl living in that really big long shot
Oh
shack,
yeah,
right? I mean,
the little shotgun shack with my
yeah,
hungry
yeah.
cheese.
Oh, but it's amazing. I'm really happy how far you've come so far. I'm
Thank
sure it will be much more.
Thank you. I'm excited to see where this takes me.
Alice, you
I
go
don't
ahead.
know if I ever told Dylan this, but I've told a couple people this. I'm of the part where I want you to go out there and go get it, but at the same time I'm like, I want to keep her to myself.
Aw,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
so
I can
sweet.
confirm that. She's saying that a lot. That is true. That is true,
Well,
but in a good way.
Alice has been a longtime patron of mine as well. And
Yes.
that is like, oh my gosh, the community that we've built is incredible. And like, I just want to always keep that, especially the OGs, well, and everyone who's here now, it's just like really sacred to it's a sacred
Mhm.
circle. And we've really created an amazing, beautiful community and space. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't want that to ever change.
I've made so
Right.
many friends from it too, which is crazy to think. Cause like when I joined, I'm like, we'll see what happens. Out of all like the Patreons I've been a part of and like the Discord servers and stuff, this is the one that I've like consistently participate in, because I'm part of other ones. I barely ever participate in those because a lot of times they don't feel like communities. This feels like a community, and it's amazing. Like you were saying, it's just incredible.
It is. There's something about everyone that's just like attracted the most kind, compassionate, unique, wonderful, wonderful souls. And um,
Yeah.
yeah, we have like our monthly Zoom hangs, which I'm scheduling the next one soon. That's been on my mind. And it's so nice to just like connect and hear about people's lives and what's going on, and everyone just is so interesting and has so many cool things that they're doing, and just so kind and supportive of each other. And
Yeah.
that's what I hope to create more of, and like going forward with just like the sweet fans who are so gracious to even follow me on this journey, that we're in it together, and just always have that community of kindness, whether it's on Patreon, or if it's like, elsewhere. And I'm really, really lucky. I don't really have trolls, like that many trolls, thankfully. There's a few, but not many.
I've seen a couple on your Facebook, and I'm like, you jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they say it's like reaching new audiences when you start to get trolls, which is a good sign.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
and indeed, I wanted to say, like, if in one way, I mean, it sounds really weird, but in one way, if you get trolls, then you know you're a threat. So that's good.
You're getting put
No,
out your
but
buttons,
yeah,
I wanna always kind of challenge people in a good way,
yeah,
if I can through music that I create. So
yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead.
um
You go. You just ask them. I will fit it all together. That will be fine. Nobody's gonna notice.
I know you kind of talked about Cat in the Bag a little bit, specifically on the Patreon Discord about the somewhat disturbing backstory behind Cat in the Bag.
Jesus. Oh,
Could
that's
you
the
tell
one.
that
Yeah,
to
yeah.
us, for those who might not know?
There you go.
It is
There you go.
it is very disturbing and very literal, unfortunately. When I was 13 years old, my friend and I were walking on this back country road, and we came upon a bag that was on the side of the road, and we looked at it, and there was an actual dead cat in the bag that someone, I guess, had just, maybe the cat died, they put it in a bag, and they just discarded it on the side of the road, which is so disturbing and sad. And I think when you're like, a young, immature teenager, you're trying to,
Mhm.
deal with the weirdness of the world. Um, my friend and I were in a band at the time. We were kind of, just like a band, quote unquote, where we would just get together, and she played drums, I played guitar in some keys, but I was more of like, it was my guitar time of life, and singing. And I had just come up with this riff, the bum 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 bum, and we were just kind of playing and jamming on it. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I just sang "Cat in a Bag on the Side of the Road," because we had just experienced
Yeah.
that together, and it just kind of came through. And so this song really was birthed that, like, then, so long ago. And
Well,
I think that songs are formed in magical, mystical, weird, wild ways. And they find the person that they're made for, and then your job is to interpret them and to channel them and get them out. And so I always had this riff on the back burner because it's a really fun riff. And Cat in a Bag, I was like, oh, that's just placeholder lyrics. Like, that's fucking weird. But then I was like, wait, but there is a metaphor in that, because, the old saying is like, oh, cat's out of the bag. Don't let
Yeah.
the cat out of the bag. Like, don't get the secret out. It's like, there is actually something to that. And then I sat down, I think it was in like college, and started working on the lyrics and started writing it. I actually submitted the song to a competition. I did a live recording of it at a local studio. And at the time, it was just like chaos. It was like fast. I brought in some string instrumentalists. I brought in some backup vocals. We had like a megaphone. It was crazy. And of course, no one understood the song. They're like, this is bizarre. This is weird. But the song just wasn't ready to come out then, clearly. And
Mhm.
so this song just like sat on the back burner for years and years and years. Flash forward to last year. I had decided, like, okay, I'm going to put on a big show and I'm going to start to really invest in the costumes I've been thinking about for years, the sound. This is like, and at this point, I was like, I really do want to go more in the rock direction. I've always written rock opera, but I really want to lean more into the rock now, especially for Act Two, which this song was always meant to be on Act Two of Enter the Vortex, which is we're anchored on Earth. It's a heavier sound. I wanted always to go heavier for Act Two than the ethereal. We're in the vortex world of symphonic Into the Vortex Act One. So I was thinking, what is my ideal set list? And I started writing down just a stream of consciousness, all of these songs that I had written like for the past 10 years that were very rock forward, and Cat a Bag landed on that. I was like, well, that song has always been a little strange but fun. And I started playing it with my band here in town. And then I sent just a recording to Max Caron, who produced. I sent him a bunch of recordings, but the band was like, this is actually one of our favorite songs. And I was like, really? Yeah,
Yes.
this is like, you should probably lead with this song. It's like, this is one of our favorites. And I was like so taken aback because I had always felt like I was like the weird musician that no one understood growing up, like I didn't write pop songs. I didn't even write formulaic rock songs. I wrote music that was kind of inspired from, Beethoven and Debussy and Rachmaninoff, which is like a wild formulas, and so I just kind of write for the song, like how's the song. So anyway, I felt so seen. I was like, oh my God, I feel so seen that you guys think that this is a cool song. So anyway, and then of course, Max was like, hell yeah, let's do this one. And he said that his experience of producing it, everything just flowed out of him like, in such a natural way that he was even surprised. It just all came together so well. And so songs always have a mission, and sometimes their time is later than we think, later than we expect. Like the version of Cat in a Bag now was always meant to be the version that was released, not the weird, wild one. That
Yeah.
was long ago. So it's really cool that the journey of a song can evolve.
While it's out there, it's still like bringing you back to the memories. When you like see that song on your set list on the floor somewhere, it's like, oh yeah, way back, like just rewind a bit and then
Disturbing memory. I have
disturbing
a
memory.
similar memory of a cat, a dead cat too. It's just yeah, it wasn't in a
Great
bag. It
topic.
was actually just laying on the road, and it was dead. And I remember I was walking down the street, and I was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "It's a cat."
Oh, oh boy.
Yeah.
And it was a
Yeah.
black cat, so I was like, "Oh, the superstition with black cats and how people can be cruel to them. I hope nobody actually purposefully hurt it and it just passed away on its own or whatever."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
well. I mean, I was just like joking a bit, like, yeah, like the sad
Yeah.
part, like, oh, another sad part, but that was like for real. I was not even joking. That was more
Yeah.
like, wow, that's a great topic. And then, oh no, another one.
Way to put a downer on it, Alice. Great.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh.
No, but yeah, but it's really sad. I didn't want to like sound cruel against any of you, but it was like, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Finally, we're talking to Matt Gallica, and then it's like all sad like that. But yeah, well, thank you, Kat, because apparently you always remained in Matt's mind.
Yeah.
So it's not totally in vain at this point, which is somewhere it's yeah.
How many acts did you plan for Enter the Vortex to be?
Well, I always planned for there to be 3 acts, but there's so many songs that I've written for it that it could likely end up being 4. I think I have, like, 40 something songs written for
Mhm.
that project. Um, but I was actually thinking, because of how involved it is with symphonies and everything, that I'm going to put act 2, 3, and 4, or whatever, on the back burner and work on a new album that is more in alignment to Cat in a Bag, and then the next single I'm coming out with around Halloween. That's more of like rock forward and kind of a similar sonic landscape. The working title for that is called She's Mad,
Oh,
because that's
yes.
Oh,
the
that's
song that
cool.
will
You
be on.
performed that
Don't change
song.
the title. Don't change the title.
Very
That's
simple,
cool.
very
Yeah,
simple, but it kind of is like a debut of this new sound and like the really, really honoring the madness, I think. I always have this little imposter syndrome voice in my head of like your music is too weird or it's too different or people will, just from when I was starting out and working with managers and working with producers that were just like, what is this? They didn't understand me.
yeah,
They didn't get what I was going for.
yeah,
And now I feel like I have really entered a world and a amazing fan base of people who like what I'm doing. And I'm like always taken aback and blown away. But I think I feel more seen and heard and like grateful that they found my weird little corner of music and what I'm doing. That's the thing. I never really wanted to compromise or settle or change who I was as an artist. Um, I
yeah,
always wanted to honor what was best for the music and how it's coming out, and always, of course, wanting to be better and learn and get better as a writer and work with amazing people. But for instance, I know I've told this story before, the first manager I had was trying to
yeah,
turn me into like the next Lord, which was just the
Mhm.
biggest mistake I think I would ever, clearly he did not understand who I was. Um, and so just getting a lot of that. So Cat in a Bag, being able to just be like, yeah, the song is called Cat in a Bag. I know it's weird. Yeah, the song has a weird metaphor, cat in a bag.
yeah,
This is who I am. This is what it is. And for people to love this song as this is my artistic expression. Same with Into the Vortex, non-formulaic music with symphony. People who love that music, I was like, oh my God, I feel so seen as an artist and a person. Actually, just as like a person, I feel so seen.
This is another one that just popped into my brain. If there's somebody you would love to collaborate with, alive or dead.
Ooh, that's a
yeah.
great question. Um, well, I'm a huge okay, well, Jeff Buckley, dead. I would have loved to collaborate with him. He is one of my
Mhm.
number one inspirations. He was one of those artists too that wrote non-formulaic music that is just like pulls at your heart, and his voice is incredible. He's one of my big vocal
Yeah.
inspirations. He has this ability to just unleash himself, raw, real, unexpected. His falsetto is insane. He's just incredible. And alive, I would say, I mean, Lady Gaga is a huge inspiration for me. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
we are so on the same wavelength for so many things that I want to do and that she's done.
Yes.
And also Matt Bellamy from Muse. I think we would be a great opener for
Oh,
them. He's
yes.
So
oh,
Matt, call her.
you what? Yeah, call me,
Call her.
call me. But I
We're
just
going
I
to tag this person.
yes, yes, please. That would be like my dream to collaborate with
Yeah,
them and open for them too. Yeah. The way that he writes and the band writes, they're really about like social justice issues in their own
Mhm.
way and calling um, industries out. And I do
Yeah.
some of those. The Cat in a Bag is about that. So yeah, that would be awesome.
like you just said, there was a new single for Halloween.
Yes.
Or Can you like maybe because that's cool because then we can use it for
Yeah, yeah. No, I could definitely talk about that. Yeah. It's a song that we debuted this year live. It's called
I
Human.
remember.
You know the song.
I
And
love it. I love this one.
it's so fun and campy
Yes.
and fits into the kind of alien galactic vibe. And I was like, this would be such a great song for a Halloween playlist. It's essentially like from the perspective of an alien that's come to Earth and experience like human touch for the first time and love and
Ooh.
sensuality. And it's kind of a very like sexy rock song. Um, and and of course Max produced that one as well, so you'll get to hear his awesome production on that. It's being mixed right now. It's supposed to get the first mix on Friday.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm so excited.
Ooh, that is exciting.
The hard thing about releasing these songs as an independent artist is that I have these huge ideas for visuals and music videos. I mean, the music video I have that I wanted to do for Cat in a Bag would be like tens of thousands of dollars. Same with
Oh,
Human Hand, like huge budgets. Like, can't I just like pare it down and like, no, it's so someday, hopefully, I'll be able to afford a much bigger budget for the videos because I have such fun weird ideas for this one video wise, but for now I have a good tamed down indie artist budget version that I'm going to be doing. But yeah, that's one of my favorite songs to perform, and I just think that it's like I just love stepping into the camp and I get to kind of bring out like my weird spooky side with that song and get to like, connect with the audience and like kind of like we tease each other and like touching
Yeah.
hands quick, it's just so fun. There's this big operatic moment at the end where I tried to emulate a why can't I think of the
Oh yeah.
name? A theremin. Yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be a really fun.
I think I recorded that part.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
I think I
cool.
recorded that part.
you just should get some
But anyhow.
fan plot videos and just put them all together in one big.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
idea.
She's kind of done that a
like
little bit.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
that's really cool.
yeah, I'm excited. Really excited about that one. There's a part of me too that's like, when you're putting out weird, campy stuff, it's like, are people gonna think this is dumb? Like, that always crosses my mind. Every release I put out, I'm like, are people, is it, but that's the imposter syndrome voice that's always kind of
Yeah,
lingering. You have to constantly battle.
yeah,
But I think it's so fun and exciting. So I'm going with that.
yeah.
I mean, the
Um,
majority of the fans come from a certain band that does a lot of stupid things. So I think it
They
won't be
get
a
it.
problem for most of us.
They get it. That's the thing that's like funny that like I've been seeing this online is like this I don't know if y'all have seen it, this trend of being like, oh, that's so cringe. Or like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what kind of world are we gonna
That's
live in if we're scared to be cringe? Because art is fucking
yeah.
cringe. Art is that. And I like own it. Yeah, fuck yeah. Like I just think that so what you want to like be like everyone else and like not try to stand out, not try to do something different. Like to me, like I want to reclaim that word in a way and just be like, fuck
Yeah.
yeah, let's be cringe. Let's go hard in that.
yeah,
I think that the cringe I'm talking about comes from a place of authenticity. I think when people are talking about the other kind of cringe, it's when you can tell someone is being inauthentic. You know,
yeah,
Yeah.
that is, I think that is really what the word means. It's like you can tell
yeah,
it's just not being authentic, but everything that I do, it comes from a place of authenticity. So anyway, hopefully that translates.
yeah,
I think that's like one of the big messages that I try to,
yeah,
bring forth with my music is embrace the beautiful creature you are. Like explore
Yeah.
your madness, embrace it. Like that's your superpower, what makes you different, you know?
yeah. And it
Mhm.
is. I was this question popped up. Like, how did you come up with Matt Gallica? Because that's a different one.
That's a long-winded question answer. So I apologize in advance. Maybe you might have to cut it down, but
So,
I'll try to be quick with it. But so when I was in college, I was sick for 3 years, and so when I left college, there were 2 reasons. One was obviously it wasn't the right fit for me, and every day I showed up to this college that were like anti-creativity, I was kind of like going against my intuition. I was also in a
Yeah.
really toxic relationship where every day I was going against my intuition, staying with this person. Anyway, I ended up getting sick and I left college and I was bedridden for a lot of it. And I started to hear this music that was it's an Into the Vortex, a lot of that music. And I started to have like what I would consider like sonic hallucinations where I would literally be like looking around me and like eyes open, aware of the room, but I would hear music as if it was blasting next to me in my head. And it was
Mhm.
choirs. It was like these beautiful, incredible choirs. And then also symphonies. And I'd never heard it before. And so I started writing it down. And during this whole period of time, I kind of considered that I was like going into like this in between state where I was neither in my body, but I wasn't crossed over. I was in the
Mhm.
fever dream state. So I would kind of escape the confines of my bed and explore with my mind the like the galaxies, the heavens, whatever you want to call it. And for some
Mhm.
reason, the image that kept coming to my mind was this big rose nebula in outer space. And I was like, rose, it seems a very strong theme for me. And so um, I looked up different names of roses, and that is actual name of a rose. It's called a mad Gallica rose.
Oh, wow.
Are one of the oldest roses. They were used in like ancient potions. A lot of roses we have today stem from the mad Gallica
Oh,
roses.
cool.
And they're called mad because they look crazy. They have these weird stripes and shapes, and they're just their own thing. And I was thinking, well, I feel a bit mad right now that I'm like, hearing this music that isn't there. I was like starting to connect with weird entities too. Like that's a whole other side story of my weirdness and madness. And I was feeling crazy. I was feeling like I'm losing my mind.
Mm.
I'm gonna just embrace this and own it. And this is where all of my music comes from. And that's where
Yeah.
my name comes from. It's galactic. It represents the Gallica rose, but it's also very grounded on earth as well.
Um, so I want to talk like just a little about a certain band, if that's okay, for
Yes.
Yes.
the other podcast that we're having, but not too much. So that will be like just a small cutout. I wanted to ask, how did this happen? Let's put it out like that, because you just talked to us about how this all started off for you, like going into music and stuff. And I was at one point I was like, but how did she end up being in Ghost? Because Matt Gallica was playing in Ghost. But yeah, so how did you end up being in Ghost?
Yeah, well, I was out in Los Angeles and going to school for music and voice and songwriting, and I just graduated, and it was just like, I don't know, where do I go next? And it's just like one of those things where, in general, it's like all the opportunities I've had are from putting myself out there, saying yes to things, getting to know people. And so it was just kind of, one of those opportunities that just came through. And it was just such an incredible experience. I mean, I am so grateful to all of the inspiration. Like you know, Papa really took a big chance on me. I didn't have a lot of touring experience before,
Mhm.
and I'm just so grateful, like till the day I die, for that opportunity. And um, you can see, of course, in my music now and what I'm doing on stage. I mean, I've always been theatrical, but it's been such a hugely positive, inspirational part of my journey. And the amazing fan crossover that's happened too is so
Yeah.
incredible. And like, it's one thing to like, play in a band, at that level, but like to absolutely love the music is like such a gift. Like I am such a huge
Yeah.
fan of Ghost. I will forever be a
Yeah.
huge fan of Ghost, and to have been a small part of that, from the live show, it was an opportunity of a lifetime.
Do you have a favorite song that you played live, like keys wise, and that you would sing? And just in
My
general, your favorite song.
favorite is Life Eternal. Yeah, that's
Oh
my favorite of all. It's like one of my favorite songs of all time, and it's one of my favorite songs to perform. I think it's one of the most beautiful, beautiful songs.
I love that song, but I can
yes.
imagine why it wasn't played so often. But oh, I love that song so much.
Yeah, so good.
Like a very emotional song as well. It's like, yep, here we go
Yeah.
again. Yeah, but that's great actually. I'm assuming you're still hearing this band till this day. Like you have seen the new show,
Yes. Yeah.
right? Like, what is your favorite song for the Skeleton album? If
Ooh.
I can ask.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I think that I would say Peacefield, the opener, is
That's good.
just
Yeah,
Yeah.
epic with the choir and everything, and like, yeah, it was such an incredible show. Seeing it live for the first time, I was like, just could not stop smiling and cheering and singing, and it was like, I hope everyone gets a chance to see it because it's just so good.
yeah, I hope as well because the new show is awesome, and I'm happy that you were able to go there, and that
Yeah,
must be really cool to
it
see
was
them and be like, I was there once. That's really cool. So yeah, I can only imagine
awesome.
how
Yeah.
proud you feel of being
I
there. But
Yeah, it's just one of the best live shows, like,
yeah,
in the world, really is.
yeah, it's like
It is.
a day out to go to that show and then come back and work on your own stuff again.
Yep.
It's like, I mean, that must be not awful, awesome, awful. It's great.
It's
It's
so
great.
inspiring, it's so
Yeah,
inspiring. Yeah,
yeah.
it really is, yeah.
So, are there any? I mean, like, how does this tour dates of you? Are there like any new dates coming up, or
Yeah,
what?
so
What is happening? What's happening?
yeah. So much of this year has been planning for the big film show that we did. And the purpose of that show is, of course, like, here we are. This is what we're about. This is the sound. Here's the band. Um, and then taking footage from that and sending it to to booking agents,
Yeah,
to management, to like all different venues. And so the last couple months since, I've been obviously getting ready to promote a couple new singles. I've been really working on the EPK, the new and improved EPK that I have. And just recently I started to outreach. So everything is now just getting started again.
yeah. Oh,
I aim to go on a tour next year for sure. So that's in the works, and then do a few one-off shows as well, just to like keep the ball rolling, keep getting us out there, because I live to perform. I love performing so much, and the Lincoln Theater show was like the most fun. Like, I loved it so much. And it's just a huge part of my calling is connecting with a live audience. And
yeah.
there'll be a lot of shows coming up.
Ooh,
We're in this kind of in between phase right now of like, okay, we just did this whole
yeah,
big thing, and now we're getting the gears moving forward. So I also really want to get on as an opener with a larger band. That's like a huge deal, because
yeah,
when you're starting out, you're going to lose money on tour no matter what. You're going to lose money. Like,
yeah, yeah,
especially the big staging that we're bringing around. I mean, we're a big show. We're a
yeah.
little a small artist with a big show. So trying to make it affordable to tour is definitely hard. But if you're an opener for a larger band, you lose less money, like it's
Yeah.
helpful. And then, you get more crossover fans with different artists. So that's
Yeah.
definitely in the works. That would be the next step.
That is so exciting.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm so like, oh, what will happen?
Oh, no, it's
That's
like
really cool.
I'm so grateful and happy where I am right now with this project. And it's just been something that I've been like only like dreaming about for years. And finally it's like everything's coming together, everything's in alignment to do this. And we're just getting started. And I can't wait to bring the show everywhere. I know we're gonna do this, do the big
Yeah.
things. Have so much faith and hope and excitement about where this is headed. And everyone who the feedback from the last couple shows we did was just so positive. And of course, Alice was there, and she's, as she said before, had a really good time. I'm so glad you did. That's the goal, right? We just have a good time. And,
Yes.
yeah, so that's so meaningful, and I can't wait to get it out there even more. But it is hard.
Yeah.
Like, I am an independent artist, and
Yeah.
I don't plan to be independent forever, but I am in
Yeah.
this phase where it's like working right now, and it's like, but it is a lot of hats to wear, and it's a lot of work, and it's a 24/7 job. I mean, I'm working morning, noon, and night, most days of with
Yeah. It's a lot. It is a lot. Yeah.
it is a
Because
lot.
you do everything just, I mean, of course, we were just talking about mixing stuff, but like, aside from all these kind of things that you kind of give out of hands so far,
Yes.
but like, there's a lot you have to do yourself, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, there's the day-to-day operations. It's a business, it's a
yeah,
business.
I know it's a lot.
Filming everything, I'm editing it, and luckily I have a film background, and so I find so much joy in creating
Yeah.
things. But I mean, I'm lucky to have a team with everything else, like I have such an incredible team. I've talked
Yeah.
about them a lot on my social media, and made posts about, like, people can look them up and see who they are, and they're just amazing, and I wouldn't be anywhere without them.
Yeah. I mean, you need a team,
Yeah.
because you can't do it all alone, because that wouldn't be possible at this point, because even though you're an independent artist, you're not a small artist. So yeah, there's a lot that needs to be done, and it needs to be
Yeah.
done in a very professional way as well. So
Yeah.
that might be challenging.
Yeah. I'm definitely in this like in between stages right now of like
Yeah.
launching, partnering with someone or a manager or label. Um,
Yeah.
I haven't even really submitted anything to labels yet. Um, I've always been a little bit hesitant about that, but I know that there's so much value
Are
with
you serious? You never sent out something to the
no,
label?
no, not yet.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I think.
Yeah.
Same with management. I'm getting to the point where it's becoming too much to manage myself. And my husband and I
Yeah.
are pretty much the team of managers right now. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
That might be too much at one point.
it's
Yeah.
starting to, it's definitely gotten to a point where it's reaching that point, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it will be one hell of a production and everything that will come out. So I'm sure you will get there. I'm sure.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah. So much of the industry is like, you know, things happen exactly when they're meant to, when they're supposed to.
That's
That's what I
true.
found, like with Cat in a Bag. It came out exactly in the right way it was supposed to at the right time, where now
Yeah.
it's being appreciated by people where before it probably wouldn't have been. And
Yeah.
same, I just like to keep my head down, do the work, and trust the process, you know? And
Yeah.
so just recently am I really starting to like reach out to, booking agents, and kind of I'm getting some great advice from managers right now, which is
Oh,
really
that's
cool.
cool. Yeah.
But you have like managers that are helping, but nothing
Yeah.
signed, nothing signed yet.
Yeah. Yeah. You're still in that kind of pre
Exactly.
searching for people and stuff. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's cool. I'm sure there will be so much more to come. I
Thank
just
you.
know it. So
Thanks for your support and your encouragement. I'm, yeah, very excited.
yeah. I mean, I mean it like it's great what you've done so far. And I'm not like the kissing up person because I don't like that, but it's more like I've seen what you've done so far, and it's like quite a big deal. So
Oh,
don't underestimate yourself
thank
because, like, yeah, you don't have
you.
to.
Well, I realized, that I am so happy to be, performing my own music for even like, to smaller crowds. Like, there's such a thrill to that and fulfillment to that. Obviously, I want to grow it to be as big as it can be.
Yeah,
But I made the decision of really going like full steam ahead, both feet in on my solo career because of just that fulfillment of performing your own music and people singing it back to you and that connection uh,
yeah,
with between me and the audience. It is like the best feeling in the world to be
it's
performing.
beautiful.
It
Like,
is.
like, yeah, I
Yeah.
can, I can sort of imagine. I won't go into that, but I understand. But it's really cool, and one day you're going to. I hope one day you're going to be over here at the Ziggo Dome or something, or
Yeah.
Afos, or. But I think you will. Um,
Thank you.
well, Dylan, thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
really happy that you took the time to talk to us,
Oh,
and we will keep following
Been so
you.
much
And
fun.
yeah, I really loved it. So, is there anything you would like to say or announce or whatever that's like, oh, maybe that's a good thing to actually mention because of your album? Or
yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to say I'm so grateful for all of the support that I've had, doing my own solo career. It's just meant the world to me and has really fueled what I'm doing. And so I just want to again, just like I always want to take every opportunity I can to like thank my patrons and my fans and like my family, my friends, my team. I just feel so supported by them. And the music that I'm aiming to create. And it's just the most incredible feeling in the world. And yeah, as far as any announcements, I mean, I'm excited about the new song, like the obviously Cat in a Bag that's just come out and
yeah,
all of the excitement around that and streams and the feedback of, loving the direction that it's going. And um, excited to release more music. And I will be doing a Kickstarter at some point to raise funds for the album, the She's Mad album, which is going to be just a lot more music like Cat in a Bag and the next single that I'm releasing. So,
yeah.
oh, thank you
Well,
both so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's been so fun talking with you. I love talking music.
thank you.
Yes, it's been so
We try our
fun.
best. But for now, we say goodbye to the people
Okay.
at home
Bye
and which will be
bye.
watching. So
Bye.
thank you so much, Matt Gallica.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.